Anyway, let's see what's going on. It looks like control units are struggling and falling behind. Because there should be, I think, 2,400. I'm only getting 2,200. There. 2,400. So these are all running, are they? It looks like... Well, blue circuits is falling behind on it, so... Yeah, a lot of these are... Yeah, they're all missing circuits. Although... Like I said, that they are backing up. So it might not be a terrible thing. But I prefer to have more pressure on the belts than what I can see here. There's no reason for it to sort of be struggling and starved, because I think, wherever it is, yeah. So I got backed up belts here, so there's no reason, yeah, there's one that's definitely backed up. Yeah, so there's no reason for it not to be more backed up. So how am I going to deal with that? It's very one-sided. Okay. Was it running in the middle there instead of can't? Oh yeah, because it's yeah. Where are we at? There's one. Yeah, it's just not. It's this particular build needs. It depends. Yeah, there it is. It depends on belt pressure for it to work. Yeah. Okay. It just means pushing more down as the one solution. That was nearly 2 stacks worth. Wow. There is gappage in that. So why are you gapped? And so... Another... Yeah, these are all doing some pretty hardcore unequal drain. So... Sorting that out might be a good idea. I feel like this could be more compressed than what it is too. I'm just trying to think what the best strategy is. Okay, you're splitting off there. Let's do that. There. It's already 100. Is there a loop back in the balancer? I think I got rid of... Yeah, I do actually have a loop back. Which certainly isn't helping things. I'm really just using it as a 2 to 4. That must have been a 2 to 3 at one point. I think this is a hangover from the old design, from the 1600 per minute. I might even go back to 14, that one. That's old, that one. Yeah, that was the older style. That's more of an older style that I used to do. Like this one here. Oh, that one's more of a suitable application. Stupid weeds. If I keep randomly killing weeds over time, eventually we'll get rid of them all. So what do we got over here? I'm gonna add all that in, just to make it visible and see what it does, see what it looks like. Another thing I can do is add belt priority. I can also add stuff like a belt there, but it doesn't really solve anything. How's it going there, Leo? She... So that's pretty well backed up. So 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Yep, definitely 1, 2, and 3. I should actually do it this way. So I'm pretty sure it's divided up into 1, 2, 3, 3 groups. There's 1, then 2, then 1. Oh, it's an odd number. It's been so long since I touched this, I've forgotten what it all is. So, yes, 1, 2, 3. It seems backed up and inconsistent. You know what I might do, in fact? Where's the first one? Yeah, this one. Oh, and it's off grid too. You know what? Apart from anything else, we'll fix the grid. Oh wait, I think the plastic might be on its own grid. Yeah, it is. It's the plastic's off grid for I know it's off grid for a reason, but I've forgotten why now. And I know it's important. So I now put priority that away. There. And we keep it going. Yeah, that ain't gonna work if I do it that way. Set your output priority. There and there. No, there. There. Bloop. Hey, finished polar bear. So I design a proper beacon spelt. Yeah, hang on, let me just get this going again, then I'll start reading again. Whoop. Beacon balance. Base green circuit build 500 base. Try that production one. Oh yeah, getting the 1-to-1 ratio is pretty much impossible. That's why I just went with the 14 to 15 slightly off. Close of 1 lane of the iron smelter. Sure can. It's confusing as hell. Because it's 1, 2, 3, 4 fills 1 lane. 1, 2, 3, 4 fills the other, and that makes a half lane. And that's one... That's only a part of the smelter, and then this block here makes the rest of it up. And so this one actually fills... Yeah, it's got 2 inserters to fill a half. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, sorry. Fills the other, and then it's merged down. So yeah. Ooh. Got all the auto hosts. Shred Guy, Shadow Fox, Salamander Platypus. Yeah. Yeah, and it just goes on and up. Is there anything particularly... Okay. Anything else particularly needed? This thing's... Oh no, this is the good one for inserter performance. It's the copper one that needs to be fixed. Yeah, the stone one's up to date as well. Which, oh, that reminds me, I do need to fix that. That's terrible. Why is that the way it is? Because it just feels like it, probably. Blip blop. Skirthy Pichu. Curthy Pichu? Thank you for follow there. I think that was it. Wanted to see if I had something I hadn't tried. Okay. Right, so those two are just packed out now. Hmm. How about I slide this one up a bit? Actually, before I do that, let's calculate these out. So it is. I got the universal measuring tool out. So there to there. Whoops, that's too far. There is 72, 84. So 84, I'm gonna have to get the thing out. So 84. Craft time is... I've gone blank on the craft time. It's 10, isn't it? 10, yeah. Productivity is 1.4. The speed is 5.5 because 5.5 is 8 beaconed. So that in theory... No, that's 1.2, not 1.4, because I'm changing a smelter. So that's 3,800, so that's 2,440. That's 2 belts worth right there. Okay. So everything I've done so far up to this point where I'm standing is 2 belts worth. I'm going to misclick with the universal measuring tool one day. That is true. I'm pretty sure that's already happened once too. At least once. It's a bit dirty, setting up these splitter pyramids. Actually kind of tempted to stretch it further across. There's no reason to. What's the max production? 5, 6, 20. In fact, I'm gonna say that. 84. But potentially up to 112. So 112. So that's potentially 5,000 right there, if the green circuits make it all the way through, but they don't. So there's potentially more than 2 belts worth. So what happens if I do this? A few circuits go through there. That's what happens. 2 and 3, do that. It's debatable whether or not I need to do the bottom one. Because in theory it's completely compressed by the time it gets to here. In theory. Technically I don't need this balancer now. It's looking a bit healthier. Hey, this man. Is there a shortcut to settings prosperity without going to the settings? Yeah, the shift right click, shift left click. Which is the copy paste. Which is the same for assembly machines and such. In theory, I'd like the lane balancing here, but it technically doesn't need it. Although there's nothing really balancing these things. Ah, that's interesting. It sort of pushes it up a bit. I was like, am I putting this on the wrong side of the belt? I was about to say, am I filling all this on one side. And then I realised, no, it's these are just sort of pushing up a bit. Interesting. Blue River. It's getting that way, isn't it? How's it going there anyway? Blap. That's not meant to happen. I'm supposed to be killing weeds there. There we go. I'm never going to get rid of all these weeds. Okay, let's come down here. Doop, doop, blop. Let's do that. I wonder if it's possible to push the circuits off one side. Another nearly 200. Hey, Rocket. Slightly concerning. These furnaces are not moving. Oh yeah, they're moving. Never mind. Could you download that mod then? I think Can did actually give me a command to remove them. I just forgotten what it is. It's not that important, realistically. I mean, I did run the command to reset them. Let's get rid of this loop pack. Doop, doop, bloop. You know what? I'm gonna lift this whole thing up. Oh, this thing. It's why do it's like just over 2, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, it's gonna be painful. So let's lift it up to 1, 2. And let's not place that on account of the fact that we don't want processing units up there. You go up there for now, you go there, you go there and there. Another rocket. Now the 11 billion modules that I've picked up, they can all go back into the base to clog up the storage, although I think I am throwing them away. Can do that for now. Just wait for this to start breaking up. Interesting. Oh, it's probably that. Every time it draws from a satellite, it's gonna drain that belt. Okay then. Ooh, another rocket. Everyone should have cans paste bin book. Well, they should. It's got everything you'd ever want is there. It is compressed now. Next step is to deal with this unequal drain. And that involves a bit of... Let's set it to one side. It's a standard sort of thingy you normally do. Which is one of them, and then them, and then that. 16k rocket hype. You're right, actually. It snuck up on us. Let me drop you down there. And I do a sneaky sneak. Yeah, that does it. 15982. Set new spawn point would be really useful for people. Oh yeah. Can I do this the other way round? Something like that. So that goes there. Dip, dip, blah, blah. There. Go. I might deal with those properly. What do I do with speed ones actually? Where do they go? I'm just curious. How many have I got in 146 in the network? Do I reinsert? No. I wonder what I do with them. Admittedly, they probably do get ingested into these. Maybe. Maybe. Where's that one? No, you don't request anything. I have no idea where they go when they go in the network. It's probably nothing serious then. Now I need to do the rest of this. So I need something there. As soon as I get it right, there. Down and up, and then across. Alrighty. Steal that. There. Rocket zooms by. So they get injected into satellites. They probably, the blue ones go into providers there, so the blue ones will get used by the base. Yeah, I don't know about speed ones though. The speed ones will probably find it trash. This thing's just annihilating the blues. I'm at 2.7, wow. I didn't know it could do that much. Hey Lucifer, how's it going? A splitter that'll place items in the underground before. Actually just curious. So is it backing up? It should back up. Yeah, it's backing up now. Oh? How's it going anyway? It's a long time no see. Anyway. As soon as autosave's done. But I could do another one over here. There. I think this one... if I was to do that, I'll have to... This is going to get awful messy temporarily. It'll be fine. So, you go to there, to there, to there. Oops, a little bit too much there. And... I need a thingy there. Otherwise we'll have that incident. Don't want to have that incident again. Take that up. Oh, wrong side. Oh, yeah. Get rid of that. It's so weird looking now. Started playing Bob's Angels and working on a modification that does not allow you to have items in inventory. Goes over a certain way. Oh, that's an interesting one. So you're giving items a weight. That's an interesting one. Okay. I'm standing in bot range now, finally. Sure fits right in with Bob's Angels, yeah. It's a perfect match. Alright, I need one more. Presumably just here. No. I need those not to connect. If anything, I should slide these over a little bit. I could slide this one over quite easily. Hello, Rocket. It's like there. You come up there. Actually, down to there. You up and out and across. Now it's happy. Slide that across. There. There, there, there. There. There we are. Almost. Now we are. And flip that. Bob's Angels Master Mode. There. Let's bring that up. Cross. No, you're that one. There. I think I can actually, in theory, I can actually just do that. I don't actually technically need that second splitter. Another rocket. So that's doing what it should, that's doing what it should. Let's just stall, and no, it does need the splitter. Okay. Okie day. Can I squeeze it in is the question. Why do I split the belt and merge it in again? What it does is it defeats, so this arrangement defeats the unequal drain, so it's to see how this is draining one side only. Well, it's now draining two, but it's turning into this motion here. And what that means is you don't get one belt unequally loaded, and so you don't. So you get a more even spread across the belts further back. Do you know if turning off power to large parts of the base is bad for UPS? It is. It's not the worst thing in the world. But anything that loses power doesn't go to sleep. Because I know my 1 rocket a minute base did gain UPS when I turned stuff off, but it wasn't a perfect gain because everything was still active. It just meant that there's a lot of stuff wasn't updating. Yeah, so what I'm doing is I'm converting a single lane drain into an even drain across both belts. This one isn't working. Didn't even notice. Funny with all the rocket launchers. I've sort of tuned out to it now. It is gaining at least, finally. Finally seeing the number of packs increase. It might actually start getting some synchronized launches if it keeps it up. That might be something nice. It's 16k. Oh my god, I didn't even notice. Now I've got to wait for 17k hype. I'm too focused on blue circuits right now. Alrighty. Another thing I can do is pair up 2 of these things like that. I suppose that'd work. Thinking. So 1, 2. Alright. Uh-oh, that's bad. Bloop, 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 bloop. Get this crap out of here. Let's drop you there, sir. Oh, it actually stretches all the way over. And up. There we go. It's up and running. Now I need to desperately get this up and running. At least get something happening before the base complains. Is that 2 rockets a min? It's more like 3 or 4. But yeah, it's 3,200 signs a minute. Hopefully I haven't permanently screwed over high tech though. I should have enough of a buffer to... Whoops, that's not helping the cause. If actually there's still a few packs lined up, so it's not a complete loss. There, you have all the circuits you want. Now I'm gonna make this disaster. I'm calling it a disaster now. Do its thing. think it's safe to say that this is pretty much just going to eat a belt. There's just nothing getting through. Might take that out. Need more spaghetti. Spaghetti fixes everything. It's actually a good thing that it's only running at 33 UPS, because then I can fix things much quicker than I would normally be able to. Do that. You go there. Yeah. How would 1 million Bosonian signs even work with space science? All the beacons and such. Level 97 productivity modules, and I've forgotten what else. It gets kind of ridiculous, the productivity and speed on Bob's. Bob did confess his obsession with productivity modules, though. Silo animation. Yeah, I think that's still a limiting factor. Am I right that the middle balancer for unequal drain doesn't do anything? Do you mean the... so... How do you mean, actually? Hello, Rocket. For unequal drain, normal balancers just transmit the unequal drain. I know that much. And this thing is trying to... So I'm replacing the balancer to try and deal with it. I'm replacing all that crap with this thing, the upper one. This thing... Oh yeah, this one doesn't actually fix it because it's missing the splitter. But I'm going to, instead of having 3, I'm going to do it here, which is a little bit more compact and gets to the point and works. Buffers, thank you for that. Blip, blop, blip. And I'll just do the same. I'm basically just doing the same as the batteries and speed ones. God, that's terrible. It's horrific. One. I'm using the splitter there though to merge back down again. That's why it exists. In case anyone was worried. Unfortunately. There we go, let's clean this up. Yep. There we go. So now these can unequal drain all they like, and this will deal with it. Much nicer. Just not a fan of that though. But it does make sense. Because it's half and half. Quarter, quarter. Actually, no. It doesn't make sense. Oh well. That's why you always do powers of 2. Alrighty. Blab. Did I actually affect the packs? If I can click any of them. Probably can't. Nope. Barely a thing has changed. Game time ticks follow. Ticks it. The game time is counted by how many simulation ticks have progressed. Yeah, so if I go /time, see the 39 days, 4 hours, 49 minutes, 32 seconds is, it's essentially how many ticks have passed. Hey, MG run. Oh, that's steel. Oh, it's happened again, hasn't it? No, it hasn't. What's happened? There's a bit of slowness there. There's a bit of slowness there. Why is steel feeling so bad? This is where the system... I bet it's... Hey, Sonny, how's it going? I bet that's where a train got stuck again. To real time 6.4. No. It's still 3.2. As far as the game's concerned, it's 3.2 rockets per minute because it's not. It's just that the simulation slowed down to do everything. Yeah, to do 6.4, I'd have to do double what I got here. Yeah, so the per minute's only relative to the game. It's not relative to real time. Yeah, so as that slows down, we don't say we're doing more. If anything, you're actually doing less relative to real time. So we're only doing a bit over 1600 science a minute right now, relative to real time. But as far as the game's concerned, it's 3200. I think the fastest base that I've ever seen is the, what's his name, Thundergorum or something like that. Sebik is. Thank you for there. Thundergorum? I think I have the name, the map. I think that's the one. I think... I can't see the name from that anyway. Oh well. Yeah, his does like 5,000 or 6,000 per minute, and it's running at 60-60. I did extend these. Almost 1k hours. It's actually more like 1,500. It's logged game hours as nearly 1,000. It's inching closer. It's taken forever to get there. We've been at over 900 hours hype for a few months now. But yeah, this time progresses at half speed, so it takes twice as long to get there. Except for that time when the game was running at 7 or 5 UPS when we were redoing smelting. And this has been running under 6060 since version 12 in varying degrees. Admittedly, the worst of the slow performance was more recent. Oh, they are processing the trains. Not amazingly quickly, but they are processing them. I think also some of the, yeah, there's a lot of steel iron outposts getting a bit slow. Let's see what's going on. I should fix, there's one of them, yeah, there's that one there flashing. It's complaining. Oh boy, sleepy already. There's a lot of them, there's 463,000 under that drill. It really is getting to that point where I probably should send more trains out. As in add a 5th train to every outpost. That's a major undertaking. Alright, what's holding this up? So we're going down there. They're all hogging that one lane. Same with those, they're hogging one lane. That annoys me, they're using one lane only. Oh, that signal shouldn't... Oh, I know why, because it's a 262. Doesn't fit in that gap. Doesn't matter. The entire game is simulated at once. Minecraft, the way it does it is actually really dumb. And that's why you always get desyncs and chunk holes and all sorts of stupid crap going on. And your machines explode when they're just on the horizon of being unloaded because they're partially loaded. This game uses what's called lockstep. So for every tick, everything gets updated, and then it moves to the next tick, and then it updates everything again, and repeats. So how's steel look? Still pretty bare. Let's got plastic for a change. So that's going to start slowing down at some point. It already has. Apparently. What are you missing? Space packs. It is likely I might need to change these up to blue belts and have the actual belts going into the labs as red belt, because I might need that extra little bit of pressure to push the packs into the labs. Otherwise you end up with this situation where it's only just barely getting the packs that it needs. Because it's been receiving these packs pretty well constantly. I mean, there are breaks in it. Ooh, someone's at 2.2 now. Force 2.2. Why are you unloading though? Oh, wait, you're full number 4. You shouldn't be though. Uh, 1.6. Oh, okay. Still averaging out okay, as it should. These are down at 1.5, so they're not going to unload. I'm just holding out to see it actually balance out the launches. We all want to see synchronized launches. Anyway, let's go do something else for now. I think that's fine. So that's dealt with. You're dealt with. Actually, what about 337,000? That's appreciable. Yeah, I'm going to deal with that. I'm sick of those stupid warnings. It's up to 37 again. Where is it? Copper 11. There we go. And the trains, yeah, 282 for the majority of everything. There's a few other odd sizes for utility trains like these. Pax is 111. Yeah, and oil. There's 262. I think sulfuric acid was 242 from memory. Oh, the iron plate that supplies the acid is 242. The plastic trains are 282. Coal trains that supply the plastic are 282. The rocket fuel, their lubricants 242. Yeah, rocket fuel's 282 as well. I want to try and keep them all relatively the same size. Actually, it might be 262. Yeah, 262. It only has like 3 minutes worth of acid. It's not that much. It's pretty busy here, actually. Oh, the oil trains are hunting. That might be what's going on. Am I actually pulling oil, though? Oh, the answer to that is yes. Actually, hold it there, hold it there, hold it there. Let's back it up. Back it up, back it up. Oh, let's not back it up that much. Let's get a radar. Did I see the video about the Lily Rose belt base? No, I haven't seen. I saw the video was up on several Discords actually, but I haven't seen the video yet. Off we go. So yeah, the light's out. I can't actually see the lights. That's all I was worried about. Let it go up. Oh, it's on again. It's already ready. Those 3 patches just feel so much oil. It's already ready again. So there's okay on crude. Are they falling a bit short? A little bit down. It's not terrible. I mean, that train's not... It's down but not empty. This one... the rocket fuel is emptying our trains. I don't see running out of oil being a problem. More faster the stupid? Can do. And a good morning. To you too. Bloop. Oh, also, if you want a map set up for a playthrough, you better let me know before I go tonight, because I won't be around tomorrow to set it up. Just message me the details if you need something set up. Oh, that's a buffer chest now. Oh, there's one. Just doesn't have bots. Alright, let's donate some bots to the cause. Royal in a copper patch? Yeah, it's a strange one, but it apparently happens. It's probably unique to this map. Doing Bob's Angels Death World. Sure. The subs are. I think it's time I fix that. Ooh, releasing the trains. There's out of coal. Out of fuel. At least we got that little fuel crisis sorted. Admittedly, there are a few other fuel crises. Oh, it's getting closer. It's getting closer. Robot speed 18. What does it actually give? Plus 65. Is there a long train path to the northbound tracks? Shouldn't be. Or do you mean the wall? Yeah, there's no mega long trains. It could have been several of them all at once that you could see. That's steel. The last one still. This one here is still not seeing trains. It was the wall. Now you should be crying for... Oh. I didn't convert them all, that's why. How are we looking? 15. .8 on number 2. 15 and 2. 2 was up here. It was a lowly one there. Oh, it's run out. Alright. Send the train to clean it up then. Is there anything else here? No. It's completely done. Let's deconstruct it. Hopefully I'm not removing too much, such that it can't deconstruct itself. Seems fine. Let's get rid of them, and them. Let's not deconstruct the power this time, like I did last time. Maybe not that one or that one. How many bots is there? 4. Hey yourself, how's it going there? This train comes before the ore train. What are we working on? A few little odd jobs around the base. Just packing up that outpost. Speaking of, where's Iron 15 there? Okay. 22k. It's just slowing down by the looks of that then. There's actually some ore under there. Let's get rid of them. Unfortunately, it's a bit late. All the crap's already gone. I might get lucky with a few more mining drills. The remark about making these buffer chests might have actually been a good idea. I think I'll modify the blueprint in the future to do that. So stone's been a holdout for quite a while. Oh, there's another dead abandoned outpost. I could manually intervene going over there, but that would require me manually intervening and going over there. Trash a few more. Yep. Whoops. That was an important bowl. Let's keep that train busy. Oh yeah, there's another abandoned outpost. In fact... Oh, I was going to convert that into a coal one, right? What else needs a bit of trimming? It's getting there. There and there. Oh, it's another one where I forgot to put the bots in. Fine, I'll go out there. Do you tell when an outpost is mined out? A train stopped going to it basically. So it'd end up with this kind of situation where, so 2 had been finished mining out, and so there's just showing that there's nothing waiting. This would be another one, so this is number 11. It says there's 10k stone there, there's 10k iron there. I was saying 10k stone because I just saw the stone. 11k, so so I know that one's still increasing, but very minimally. And that one's quite low as well. What are you? You're number 8. It's funny actually, I was going through that last time, talking about how you can connect miners to the circuit network and you can read the patch contents. The total of the entire patch, and you could use that to tell you when it's empty. You can flag a signal on that display. The question is, where is iron 8? There. Oh, okay. Because it shares with iron 11. That's why. This was a big patch, you know. All of this was a patch. Incorporate a speaker alarm in the blueprint. I could. I tried it once and it annoyed the hell out of me. I actually found that because I tend to keep tabs on outposts anyway, it didn't really help me because it just told me what I already knew, was that it was running low. Just delete all that. How many mining upgrades? I'm up to productivity 400. Yeah, so I'm ready to research mining productivity 401. What that means is plus 800% productivity. Ironically, I should bring the laser damage up to 1000% as well. Maybe same with flame damage. Flame damage is pretty devastating already. Because they're both nice. Up to laser damage 17 or 16, leading into 17. Yeah, 1 million research. So given that I've done this, I probably should bring up the other one. Fire damage, flamethrower, direct damage. Is that consistent? Yeah, it is. I never noticed. Flamethrower turret damage and flamethrower damage are different damage types. I do have 3,200 grey packs, military packs, so I can do that as well. I can do all seven of the packs at once. I designed it from the beginning to be able to. It doesn't actually need that much overproduction compared to just doing 6. Just uses a little bit less circuits. Probably, if anything, the difference is it can build up purple packs while the other one's running. 1600 gun turrets. I think it's 1200 actually. Yeah, 1200. 1200 of each. It would be 2400 if it wasn't for the 2 for 1 on the packs. Yeah, it's blue that needs the blue belt of mining drills, and the blue belt of... Why are you slow actually? Oh yeah, steel. I'm guessing steels. Yeah, look at that. Yep, those 2 belts again. Get you every time. Is he planning on unloading anytime soon? I doubt it. Oh, maybe. Maybe. Nope, it's gone to that one. When I started, there were only 4 science packs. That's true. There wasn't infinite either. $5k each science pack. I don't think I can scale it up to this style of base up to that size. This is about as big as it can go. I need to change that and that. We did do that once with the original SpaceX, with the 4 packs. What was the goop per minute? It was ridiculous. We couldn't gather the goop. Oh no, we could almost gather the goop as fast as the base was using it. It's like 2 full belts of purple packs, alien packs. It was ridiculous. That's actually quite low. It's getting down into the territory where it'll just throw the satellites in whenever it can. It's just steel. Yep. That's another one going down. Yeah, and the trash train, it goes around one by one. All these outpost trash are all named the same. That one just turned on. And so it'll take a little while, but eventually it'll trash everything. Still because iron's getting low? No, it's because the... Oh, that could be actually. How many... yeah, I am losing out quite a bit. There's quite a few low that are not producing, but there's also a long travel time. And so that they're also unloading to stations, which actually that one probably does need it. Yeah, that one's empty. It tries to this thing tries to prioritize to stations which need iron the most, and yeah, it's not keeping up. I might need to go up to 16 long trains. Oh dear. Time for complete roll through. It's all in the travel time. And the 282s really, it's one wagon per belt, and it's a little bit extreme. I think it's one belt per two, yeah, steel smelters. Seems like a lot of work. It is. It's also a lot of work. It's a big struggle to make. That's outputting colours. It's a lot of... It's already straining as it is. That means lots of streams. That's true. This traffic jam here is not helping anything. I should improve on this too. In fact, let's go over there. There's a few things I wanted to... Yes, getting gappage in the space packs now. Let's get over here. Yeah. This isn't dangerous at all. Okay, you're going up there. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's going to get quite difficult. Set the train so only go into hold when the outpost isn't online or the train isn't needed. That is how it runs. See, Iron 2 isn't doing anything anymore. The ones that are holding are ones that are not needed. Exterminator would be dead already. Wonder, is he in this map? No. He's in a one I didn't save. Yeah. So, there and there. That's a production battle for a stay. I don't think he did explain it to... Did he leave for a snack? Did he actually leave? Was anyone watching his stream? They roll in and out. They need to do that to determine whether or not they're needed or not, unfortunately. Because there's no way to signal them individually. So it has to come up here to refresh it. And also because there's no way to dynamically configure the orders. It doesn't lose much time going through this system. Well, not like, not compared to the old one. So there's no one really waiting around. It's all up in here with these terrible junctions. Yeah, you need a way to tell the trains that they're not needed anymore, so they have to come back home to find out if they're needed. What am I trying to achieve? So innermost, go to the unload. Technically I have 6. Just started playing this game and set your first train. This looks insanely difficult. Yeah, by comparison, very much so. This was very much a work in progress. It just grew over time. Have I looked into LTN? I have done it before. I've looked into it before, but then I wouldn't have the controller made out of combinators. I wouldn't have this thing if I used LTN. Because the LTN, you just push the buttons and away it goes. I wanted to come up with a vanilla Factorio solution. Ooh. I forgot about that thing. Probably gonna have to move it. I am trying to do it with as few mods as possible. I have a few that come and go. I currently have a mod I made which lets you change how the train pathfinder works. What is that thing? That's the train controller. So that's actually what dispatches the trains. What was that? Oh, it's you. Yeah, so this thing is what reads all the outposts and sends all the trains. I mean the blueprint. Oh, the blueprint, sorry. Right. I was trying to guess from the stream delay. This thing is one of those Factorio things. Doesn't sound quite right on account of it being 36 UPS. If there's a way to set tempo. Yeah, there's a website that lets you make these. This was just me experimenting around with it. Partying like it's 1998. That's the link there. Thank you, Sunny Anybody. So the white's stepping through. Put a 3. 4 minus. I think green was the actual counter for this thing. It's pretty clever, really, that they came up with this thing, a website. So the Duke Nukem, yes, I put the Duke Nukem 3D theme into the Factorio. Poor thing, it sounds so terrible. So what I want to do is move these two tracks out a little bit. They're memories. How's it going there anyway? Many hours were spent in that game for me. I have no idea what this is for. Oh, it's one of those. It's the first version of the old... Yeah, it's the first version of the old Outpost controller. That's an old one. I have no idea what any of that does. Forgot I had this stuff. There's some landfill going. Nokia tune work better in game. Oh yeah, Made of Tin's angry phone. That was a good one. Let's pull it to there for now. Oops, I shouldn't have wandered out of Logi range. Oh, and I severed the networks too. This poor boss were probably most of the way to delivering me my landfill. Let's go a little bit further. It's like there. Whoop, whoop. Doop doop. Okay, the signal will just protect it for now. Got some landfill. Oh. Hey, you made it in. How's it going there? I'll do it. Beep, bop. So that's the point where that first lot splits off. I'll keep that there. That... I've got to get this spacing right. I'm trying to get hit in the process. Okay. 2, 4. Yeah. 2, 4. So there. Okay. 2, 4 up there. Bob. Oh, that's aligned nicely. So is that one. Apparently I did some of this. You see, that's all lined up perfectly. 2, 4, plus a little bit. I think you figured out the green circuit build. It's not optimal, but produces green circuits 12k per minute. Nice. Up and flop and flop. It's a good thing not many trains come down here. I think it's only no, oil trains don't actually come. Who comes through here these days? I'd have to go down. I want to go to like Stone 1 or Uranium 1 or something. It's pretty much only oil trains, really. I think maybe plastic trains, but I also think they might just go over the top. Oh, right. There. Oopsie. Yeah, all I'm going to do is flip that. There. Wait, no. Oh boy. And then that. I need 2 of these, but it's quite compact. Ooh, Brome approved. That's a bonus. Or Brome certified. 2, 4, 8. I should have paid more attention to this. 1, 2, 3, 4. What do they be 4? So 4, 8, 12. So that's the perfect length for a train to squeeze in and cause havoc and mayhem and confusion and fire and brimstone and all that kind of fun stuff. 1, 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. This comes up to about there. And that should be 1 train length as well. It should be roughly the same. I'm not measuring it, but eh. Yeah, because it's got the curves, so it should be fine. There we go. So 2, 4 there. Yep, 4. And then something that loosely resembles a standard signal spacing, or can presume eventually. The power grid shows look like you build a huge conveyor belt. Ha. Ah, rocket fuel train. Eh, someone does use it. Right, let's get rid of that wall. Get rid of this. Really, all I've done is just moved it out. That's what I want to start it off with. I probably don't need to demolish that track because I am going to put more track down. Sigh. Alright. I might need to move that actually. Dang it. Yeah, because I don't want these two merging. That's what I'm aiming to get rid of. So the outgoing ore trains go up their own set of dedicated lanes, so they don't interfere with trains coming up here. That was the goal, or one of the goals. To be fair, I don't really need this anymore. See, yeah. I might just get rid of this whole arrangement. Because this used to be the ore input on the older version. Yeah, it's redundant. Nothing's using this. Oh, that was kind of a waste of time. So, let's take down that. Put that there, and that there. And then that. There. It's gonna do a grand tour now. That poor rocket fuel train. Okay, bit of the old chain. Let's make sure they don't block track. There we go. Bottom intersection has trains going up, crossing over, trains going down. Yeah, they do cross. They get onto the inside there. Any that go straight up, that has to cross. Which is fine. Because not many trains go from the bottom up. I'll just take up some of this. In fact, I'll slide this over. I actually want to move this over one as well. There. Yeah, that needs to slide over out the way. While I'm at it. This needs to change to conform to the new setup. You made a picture? Let's see. Admittedly, these trains don't mix that often. But just easing that tension a little bit. This is something that I've had in mind for quite a while. I'll whisper it. If it lets it through. I do have a bit of a problem with the whisper stuff not always working. But when I say not always, I mean almost never working. I haven't actually seen anything yet. Nope, there we go. Ah. What is it? Exactly? So... let's put it to one side there. So... this lane goes up and down. Or do you mean this? I'm not fully following. I'd actually pull this tighter. The inside goes up, yeah. So these four come from these four. All the ore trains. So they... which pair they use depends on whether they want to go up or down. Like so, jamming it up likewise. And it comes down, crosses over this one. Actually good timing. Yeah, so the four ore trains come on these four. And then this one should stick on the outside. Bottom two should go down. Oh, okay, I have these cross sooner. Oh yeah, I see. The other reason I didn't do that is just because this isn't a very busy line. It's more there for packs and other conveniences. Most of the trains will come along here and up and follow and then go into the base. Because there's this junction, second junction here is where the bottleneck is. See this rocket fuel train? It merges in with the ore trains. And so these two lines here take all of the ore trains going up as well as the trains going into here. It's just a guess. Another 3. Yeah, I think the only time I've ever gone up through here is with a PAX train and the outpost train. And then I need to move these over, and then all of it can move over. As I say, I've had this in mind for a while. I've just been putting it off. I'm sure someone in VOD Squad... oh, okay. It is what you meant. Yeah, I was going to say otherwise the VOD Squad will say what it is. They're all over everything. But yeah, it is the way it is just for completeness of the T-intersection. I did have a go at compacting it at some point too. It could be, the actual intersection part here could be a lot smaller. If this did a bit of a diagonal, it would help it. Like if it went across here and then through there and then back. Then a lot of this could reduce down. It's the vertical ones that upsets it. Yeah. Be careful what buttons I press. Bloop. Could be smaller, but don't forget rule of cool. That does generally dictate the overall design. And rightly so. Let's get all these signals sorted. Oh wait, I do want that. That's the new one. Why are you only limit to 2 going up? That's the... So when I built it, it was fine. But now I'm expanding it out. Although I did have intentions of expanding out originally. So all this stuff is just 2-lane stuff. They're all just dedicated lanes. As I say, it's this merge that's a bottleneck, and it's what I intend to get rid of. Got that. Yeah, so they should come straight down here now instead of branching down there. It's a worry when you have multiple spans of power poles to reach across the track. Just got to be careful of that too. Trains. So they zip across and through there. Excellent. Okay. Doing well not getting run over. Practice. Yep. Oh boy, there's a lot of practice in going into that. Safe to say that in the older base versions of the base, there was a lot of train accidents. Oh, hello. That was a little close. Not stressed at all. Nope, everything's fine. Slide that pole out the way. I should really actually, if anything... Oh, that's not connected. Uh-oh. Now it's connected. Oh, crap. That's bad. It's a good thing that didn't get connected to the actual train network controller. That would have made it very sad. Whoop. No. Wrong one. That stays the way it is. Because it needs to cross, these two need to cross this two. So you go there. Take that up. Take that up. And then this comes over to here. Slide that back. It's concentration time now. Oh. There. Need that red wire. Red wire is important for getting fuel out to the outposts again. Don't want that incident. Coal train's running out of fuel. Ah, damn it. There. It's all off by one. So what I'm doing right now is checking the signal before moving, just in case. They're also meant to be upwards and not downwards. Oh, trains fill up at the ore stations? Yeah. They either fill up, or if they also want a timeout. So if they sit there for 60 seconds, they'll then leave. Yeah. Yep, still fine. Everything is fine. How is still looking? Still sad. Sad as always. I think it might just be a lack of... Oh. Huh. No, they dealt with it. A lack of ore coming in. That's what I'm trying to say. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna have to move all these. Very well then. I need to extend this up to the very top too. I don't know how long this will last for actually. Because eventually the north where I'm mining now will run out. And I'll have to move somewhere else. I intend on only moving eastwards. Not westwards, westwards is water. That. Gotta be horrific to see these signals light up. I don't think it's 8 lane at this point. Whatever works. I suppose I could relay the standard, my standard blueprint for that. If that's the case. Bloop. Blop. What are they delivering? Ah, track. Yeah, this thing. Might as well put the signals and the poles down for it. Did I just... I don't think I did. I thought I misplaced it. Seems fine. So you should have signals, yep. You have signals. And you have signals. You don't. You know what I'm up to. I'll slide it over for now. There we go. Yep. Get rid of that. And that. And that. Yep. Can't reach. It's gonna need another one there then. Does it not even reach? No, not quite. That's as far as it goes. Oh, and then you don't reach. Repair pack. Odd thing to have. I guess this is just mesmerize. One of those I'm confused moments for chat. 'Cause I haven't heard anything. Haven't heard any complaints in a while. Either that or Or, the thing's broken. I say that and, just trying to figure it out. Yep. It's back to normal then. Or everyone's just covering the clip button. Yeah. Too busy eating lunch. And watching trains zoom by, yep. Whoop. Oh, you're going that way. Did I merge these back? No. In fact, I know. It's drunk. Go home, you're drunk, track planner. I'm also keeping an occasional eye on that. Still purple, which is steel. Yeah, steel. Oh boy, sleepy. And not keeping ahead on the packs, the space packs. I've needed that substation, just got rid of. Substation was the crossing, which is going to get redone. Redone to what? I don't know yet. It might be a bit short. Now what I saw was that I could straighten that. At some point also I need to get... New crossing hype? Exactly. Although I'm pretty lazy with crossings. I have a habit of not building them. Oh, yes, exactly. Wait a minute. Let's think about this. So on the off chance these trains actually do want to go up, where's all the stuff made? Just over here. In this mess. Which is also, ironically, a lot of track. Partial crossing is the best kind. Exactly. Yeah, there's more of the same sort of craziness and insanity going on here. More track, more better, exactly. Okay, let's get rid of all this. Just before it causes an accident. There we go. Yep. Train. Yep. Yep. And there and there. Oh, you need some... Didn't I place... No, I didn't. You and you. And you and you. Let's get this out of the way. I'm going to need to move all these solar panels. It's funny, this used to be a big, fairly substantial solar plant at one point in time. So does the oil just send back plastic to... Yeah, it sends all the oil products for science. So lubricant, acid, rocket fuel, and plastic there. And occasionally I get enough steel to actually run the base. Alright, let's trim this down. In fact, let's just get rid of a lot. Let's kill the whole thing. Bring that up there. And that down here. It makes the rocket fuel over here. There it is. The way the build's set up is it takes oil directly. So there's 2 oil unloaders for each, one for each build. And so this one turns all of the oil into rocket fuel from heavy, primarily light, and then any gas, petroleum gas, is turned into solid fuel as well. And that way you don't need any cross-dependent stuff. And there's a second one. So it's fully self-contained. It turns oil into rocket fuel. And then the main oil production, it turns everything into petroleum gas and lubricant. So each one has a lubricant output, and that's enough. So 8 of these lubricant things from each cell, refinery cell, covers the lubricant. More than enough, yeah, it's all full. And that just goes into plastic. There's the 4-8 and acid. Just barely. It's all divided up into banks. Fun times. Yeah. I suppose this. Back to 8 lane. Kinda, sorta, maybe. So now I've got the answer to this thing here. Oh, base went up so quickly. It did go up pretty quickly, didn't it? But I already had a pretty solid plan already. To implement it. Where is it? That one. Or is this split? No, it's just this one. This ore's still here. This used to be a big iron ore patch. I managed to mine out a pretty good chunk of it without landfill. Dink. It worries me that that doesn't join though. Where's the nearest robot port? There. Let's make sure that's connected. There. Let's get rid of all this. All that's deconstructing. I'll demolish this wall. There. I suppose my bots are going to do that too. Ha! Whoa. Standing a bit close there. A little close for comfort. Let's turn that off. And you, and yep. Yep, yep. Hey, AK-90 VOD squad. Live VOD squad. Hey-oh, the 1-bitty. The 1-bit VOD squad. The single bits don't actually trigger the alert though, unfortunately. For reasons of rampant abuse. Yeah, it's annoying me. All those blinkety bloops. It's already dead. Yeah, I am just out of range. A double signal, yeah, it's actually backwards. I'm just trying to work it out. Oh. Let's do that. It's not a necessary signal, it's just temporary. Temporary fix. Yeah, it's causing a bit of a jam. Now... So... Now it's got me stumped. I already forgot what I was trying to achieve. So the ore train's going up. They're guaranteed to go up. It does need a slide across. To do a slide across... Does need more room. Oh hey, the train's already using it. I better signal it then. Bip blop. Blarp. Well, it's connected now. Uh-oh, why are you stopped? Because you're stopped, because you're stopped, because you're stopped. Sure. It's getting to the point where I need to draw a picture for this stuff. Yeah, because they're taking both paths now too. Alright, so I better put a stop to that. Hey. That goes there. Suppose that technically goes too, that's not great. Okay, just need those two signals. That's that split. And that one there, that's split there. It's fine. Except for that. Oop. Beep. There. Now that should be everything. Chain, 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 chain. Good. Good, 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 good. Once the last of these trains on the outside clear, that'll be into that. Arguably, I could slide the other tracks in now. What I'll do for now, I think, is switch this one down here. Oh. You have no signals, don't you? That would explain a lot. Yes, this comes over here. They go there. Now I'm not going to move while the signals go red. Yeah. I was thinking about stepping down just then. Yep, how about now? I was like, okay, I was just walked out. No, better not do that. It's not dangerous at all. Everything is perfectly fine. It's all safe. Let's get rid of that. Stop them coming down there. Hashtag everything is fine. Exactly. Everything is fine. Everything is okay. Let's kill that. So it does go back down to 2 lanes. Temporarily. Dalipa, thank you for follow there. Oh, losing my voice. Oh, do you have... He does. Yeah, because you connect there. How long the train? They're generally 282 for the most part. The ore trains are 282, and most of the other, like plastic, are 282 as well. There's a few other sizes, but they're for special purposes. Like the oil trains are 262. Okay. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So this one. Just cut you. And put this thing back right as I found it. There. Not that though. Stuck here forever. There it is. So now I've got the 2 extra track. 181, it's too slow. Even 282 is a little bit on the edge. Look, it's almost done. Almost done. It's actually doing nearly 3k again. Yeah. It's picked up speed again. Where is it at? 1.4. It's even picked up packs again. Oh yeah, and you do need nuclear fuel. Oh, nearly half of it's missing. With coal, you really need a 1-to-1 ratio of locomotives to wagons to get any meaningful speed out of them. Where's all the iron trains? Oh, we're just in traffic jams. I think so. Yeah, loading. They are having to go a fair way out now, compared to previously. Remember when there's 3 patches there? I'm gonna need some artillery soon. Is this 4x4? No, everything is 2-lane. It's just that everything's divided up into fairly dedicated lanes. It's like there's 4 tracks here, but 2 of them go down, 2 of them go up when they exit and come to here. It's 2-lane, well, 2 and 2 here. It just splits in half and just has the 4 in 4 out here, either side of the sandwich. And then the 4 is just 2 from the top, 2 from the bottom again. Yeah, and it carries on. So down here it merges down. This is actually the original 4-lane from... well, it's not strictly the original because it's been picked up and put back down at least once. Although the concrete's there from version 12, so it's more or less on the original version 12 alignment. Oh, why? Yawning again. What's the time? I should think about finishing at some point. Maybe not right now. That's why it's taking so long. I'm too tired. I would have done this by now otherwise. That's also one of the last of the relics of the concreted base, when I had it fully concreted. Alignment? Probably. Okay, sleepy. Yeah. Back to the book again. I did want that. So you peel to there. Are you attached to anything? No, good. It's an important question to ask. Is it attached to something? There. Okay. Might as well. Oh, it's a bit close. You gotta be careful, you don't want to make too many signal blocks. So you make too many signal blocks, you do increase the track lag. Now... take about 1 hour to reconstruct. Yeah. And the rest. So 1, 2, 3. What happened to the idea from the 8 lane with dedicated center lanes for packs and trash? I never really implemented. Hey, it's done. The next is 8,192,000. Oh dear. I know what's next. So... Le Grizz, thank you for following there. 1085%. How fast are they? Where... Probably... even at 36 UPS, they're now just stupid fast. It's actually hard to tell now. I need it back at 60. The advantage here also is that I'll come to think of it. You hover them over? Yeah. Oh, apparently it doesn't. 156.3 kilometers an hour. What's the... So it's nearly 1,100%. That's quite quick. I was thinking, yeah, that eats steel. Yeah, I'm using iron plate instead of steel plate now, so it should catch up. So 1, 2, 3. So we come to here. Slide across. Don't slide across yet. Slide across now. You go there. Yep. Pop that there, pop that there. I need to drop a few signals here just to break the block. I just swapped these signals, I just realised too, just before these are the wrong way again. Silly me and changing my ideas all the time. Of course, if I did plan this out also, it would help a lot. Instead of just winging it. In general, planning things tends to work better. Track rebuild or the Frogger minigame? No one really knows. In fact, cut it off here. And there's at least a little bit of an island refuge. It's debatable how much I'm actually achieving right now. What means the colour of the rail? You mean the signal overlay? Oh, the train block overlay. That just tells you, indicates the signal blocks. I think I might have been too close then. Oh well. So this goes. There. This goes. There we go. So now, oops. If a train comes along here, on the outside, it needs to continue up. It comes into this bit here. And so there's now a clearing. So it comes into here. If it has to stop here, it can. And it doesn't restrict trains going up. Kind of not a fan of... I was trying to avoid having the lumpy bit. Not a fan of that. And the only way to really deal with that is to push it out even further. And so this would move out another 2 tiles off, another 2 track lengths. But yeah, the this stuff just tells you the break up the signal blocks. So this is a block, this yellow, this short red section's another one, yellow. Sometimes you see white, rarely. It tends to prefer red and yellow and cyan for the most part. It relies on that theorem about minimum colours. It says dark blue. Or do you mean the colours of the signal lights themselves? Which is just traffic light effective. Because in the case, if it is referring to the signal lights themselves, green means the block ahead is clear, red means the block ahead is occupied, and yellow means the signal has been reserved by a train. Okay. I might just call in some advanced concrete, some refined concrete. Also, getting the hell out of here might be a good idea too. Yep. So the packs are going. I would assume the furnaces is backed up. Nearly. Nearly. They'd be getting close to. It's had enough time. Yeah, that's not moving, so it'll be backing up. At what point? Moving, moving, moving. Moving, moving. There. That's one lane stopped, 2 lanes stopped. Alright. Ammo's backed up, which is nice of it. Bush there. What's wrong on the yellow one? Oh yeah, because you said it was slow down. But it's actually because it's signaling that the path has been reserved. Yeah, when the signal's yellow and you cross into it, a train's going through it regardless. It means that the train's beyond. It's strictly speaking, the yellow means the train's stopping point is past that signal, so it can't stop before it reaches that signal. If I show train braking distance. Did I turn it on? Always, yeah. Oh. Eh? It should show a dot. Oh, there it is. I have no idea what that does. Oh, the yellow, green. So you mean this thing? This is the telling you the signal blocks, which is what I was saying before. So it's saying that this forms a unique signal block, like this one here, the blue. All of this here is one continuous block. So everything. Oops. If a train occupies any train that occupies any of this blue section, it will be red. Yeah, that's the stopping distance. Yeah, so see the point where. Yep. The point where it crosses is when it goes yellow, because that represents when it can no longer stop in time for the signal. Over here is probably better. The exception to it is chains, actually. I should say, because a chain will transmit that first one all the way across until it finds the first regular. But yeah, that's how it works. The yellow means that dot has passed it. It's a nice visual example. And this is actually another feature of the chain signals because it transmits back, but it actually transmits forward too. It transmits the braking distance forward. And that's something that's not often said. I always forget about it, if anything. Okay, so we've got that done. That's still not seeing steel, but it doesn't matter. On account of the fact that this is all backed up. So it's probably going to back up all this. As a consequence, this is probably going to all stop. It'll all just get shunted over to low density. should have decided to back up. Actually, I can see a lane stopping now. Okay. Yeah, engines. Where? No, now it's stopped. That's all stopped. It's all stopped. Stopped. Yeah. Engines is barely moving. That one's more or less stopped. That one. Yeah. Ugh, they're not seeing iron now. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. I don't know if that's enough to actually. It's barely enough to run the low density. Borderline. What I should do is actually fix that signal setup. Or the combinator setup. Those unloaders that I didn't fix. Oh, I cut that off. Yeah. What do we got there? Hey, Raincloud. How am I doing? I'm doing pretty good. Plop. Beep, beep. Yep. Go. There. So 6 stations that urgently need ore. That's what the Z signal means. It means that the station urgently needs refilling. Oh, I'm going to delete a blueprint. Eight. Blah. One more. There's probably another one more after that. Told you. I called it. They request as they are. One way to fix it. Yeah. 11? 11 flagging. They need ore. Alright, so you're wrong settings. There. Alright, so where are all the iron trains? Just nowhere. They're not really tied up anywhere. Do we go to 12? Or 16? Ugh, that's messy. That's a potential deadlock situation there. Playing modded, slightly modded. There's got my train pathing mod running. And that just tweaks, that just lets you change, all the mod does is let you change the Pathfinder's costs. for the trains. It just helps with trains finding stations in the unload and such. It just means I don't have to do all sorts of crazy combinator stuff, which does drain UPS. Like, there's a bit of a queue there, but it's not the worst in the world. There's a lot of trains stopped, though. What are you? You're an 11. I think if anything, it's just running a little bit on the edge, on the... technically down to 3 outposts. Yeah, they run on nuclear fuel. Well, I am down that one. But this one's slow. 5 of them are slow. Yeah, that would take a serious dent in the production. I never played vanilla, got about 250 hours and still feel like nothing. Like you know nothing. Never got to a base like this. This has taken 2 years to get to this stage. So don't stress too much. Yep. Remember talking about Shadow Chance? Oh, I think I remember that. Yeah, so this one I started in like May 2016. A few months after I got the game, actually. Because I've had the game since... I bought it in like January 2016. So yeah, that's why the map looks the way it is, because this is a version 12 map. So this, what was it, 4 major versions ago. And yeah, so huge. I try to make it so that... What do I try to make it... Oh, so I'll just finish that sentence, that fragment. I try to make it so that I use everything vanilla has to offer. What do I check in the outposts with your outpost check? Yeah, I can give it to her. Yeah, so this thing, you can see that the pink dot is it reading each outpost. Actually, one of the recent additions was I made it scale to the number. Looks like a little chip under the microscope. Oh yeah. It's actually not as pronounced compared to the old base. But it does have that effect, more so here. It gets that microchip look. This, because everything got so much bigger, like, you can actually see this is all just copper plate going into green circuits, and yeah. Because there's more dedicated lanes, and there's the iron for it, and there's the circuits coming out. There, circuits, iron, copper. Oh, that's very nice. No threats were found. That's what I always wanted. So best place to start for the whole... So this is the whole map. That's the base. There's 1, 2 solar. Oil and nuclear is over here in the west. And there's a steam power plant here on the other side of the lake. So the original map had the mega base here. Down here actually, just where that train junction is. The mega base was about that originally. It was tiny. And the other side was the steam power that powered it over here. So, starting off, here is where the ore gets unloaded at max zoom. So there's 22 iron ore unloaders. Each iron ore unloader, this goes into this lot of iron ore unloaders goes into the steel smelting. So it smelts ore direct into steel. It smelts 16 blue belts worth of steel, so there's quite a bit. It's still just mind-bending how much there is. And then after that is the iron plate smelting. Each group has... So you see there's 4 belts of ore coming up. There's then 4 groups of smelting. So this one's 2, 3, 4. And so there's 4 belts coming out. And then there's a mirror one opposite, almost mirror one opposite. And it's 1, 2, 3, 4. So it's 8 belts of ore going into 8 plates coming out per unloader of ore. And that's repeated however many times. That makes 112 belts. Then there's stone, which is 2 more unloaders just for stone. And then this one has a custom... I actually only built this a few streams ago. This one outputs 8 red belts worth of stone, which gets merged down. Need more water. That's better. It still needs fixing, this. Still needs finishing off. And then copper is the same as iron, only there's 96 of them. And that makes up the rest. And yeah, then it goes into... So the majority of that goes into... Hey Starmon, how's it going there? And a good morning to you. Yeah, it's green, so... What is it? Oh, 7... Yeah, 7 copper to 6 iron. Goes into here for green circuits. That's mirrored the other side to make 17 belts of green circuits. And this thing itself is repeated 4 times. 2 on the bottom. Like there. And then there's 2 more up here that are identical. And that then merges together into 68 blue belts of green circuits. I actually had that last time running at full production. 160,000? Yes, 160,000. It's very rare to get it that high. Of that, 20-ish belts goes up into here, which is red circuits. There. It's actually, you can actually see that's the dividing point for the 2 banks. Because it's actually my old base, which is 1 red belt of each science pack, just doubled. Most of the builds, there wasn't anything that I could improve on, so I just doubled them. So yeah, that makes 12 belts of red circuits. I think it's, was it 31,000? 34, I was going to say 34, it's 31,000. Picks up modules, speed modules. Fairly conventional, nothing dramatic. Last night had a surprise VOD, now you have a surprise stream. Oh yeah, I got another surprise VOD because it's almost time up. Now majority of the green circuits coming along here goes into, there's the speed modules. The majority of it goes into the blue circuits, the processing units. So that's the end of processing units. So you're only left with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 belts left over. This thing is just a green circuit sink. It's crazy. And that produces 3 belts worth of blues. And then moving along, there's batteries here. For high tech, which arguably could be closer to high tech. But I think historically it benefited from being there. So it sort of stayed there. Why not use robots? Because I didn't want to. Done it once. It's boring. Furnaces. Now you're getting into the final products. Gears. This is the point where start needing gears. So there's 16 blue belts of gears. Mining drills. And turrets. Piercing ammo. Grenades. So we're getting into the science intermediates. Well into the science intermediates now. I've already done a mega base, which I've done several which do bots. Bots are easy. It's a lazy way of doing it. Because you don't need to figure out any logistics. You just throw down like one of these things, and you know the bots deal with everything else. You just say, okay, I want however many. What is it? 15,000 plastic-ish. The lights in the science? No. Apparently not. Apparently I didn't preserve them. Yeah, you just stick down this, you calculate how many you need, how many fit in the train length you want, and that's it. As I say, I've done this many times before. There's not really anything to it. Yeah, now you're into the science. The packs, and this is where the intermediates come in. Inserters and belts somehow ended up down here. It's basically because they used to be in line with the green science, and they had to be pulled out and beaconed. Is blue suffering? A bit like a steel. Yeah, high tech, and then control units and low density. Yeah, it's like a steel. Running light on iron ore coming in. And then the packs fall onto the 2 red belts. There's the rockets. Rocket silos. And yeah, there's the labs. It just keeps on going. Oil products are made separately at the oil base. So the plastics come in by train, so does the sulfuric acid and rocket fuel. Coal gets redistributed from the steam plant. So if we come over here, this is where all the oil's dealt with. So there's 8 of these refinery cells for the petroleum gas and lubricant production. So all of that oil gets turned into lubricant and petroleum gas. And there's 8 of these things. And then there's 2 more up here which make the rocket fuel. So these are fully self-contained. About 4 hours to finish one research? Depends which one. And what UPS the game decides to run it. Yeah, so this oil here is all of it's turned into rocket fuel twice in the little bot build. I didn't use belts here just because it's not directly related to the main base, so it's not bound by by using belts. Makes the biggest base look tiny. Yep, sulfuric acid, plastic, comes here. These trains also transfer between the steam plant. Yeah. There's a lot of decorative stuff to do. I should get onto that one day. The train's leaving to get more, not entirely empty, so it must be alright for oil. Nuclear's here. It's actually entity disabled at the minute just to save on UPS. But it would do the majority of the work. It's like 20 gigawatts consumption total in power. Yeah, there's 6. You can see the 6 sort of cells. I need to add 3 more, maybe 2 more over there. Future me problem. Moving along. So solar's nothing dramatic. There's some old oil stuff here actually. If you're wondering, if anyone's wondering what this is an old part of the old oil system. My solution to, instead of deconstructing, is just to cut it off. And this oil outpost has been abandoned. Well, its yield is better than what it used to be, but it's this map was affected by a bug from version 13, where the patches would go below the minimum. The game stopped enforcing the minimum oil, and so they basically went down to 0. Coming up, hiccups here. This is the steam plant, which is 15 compatible finally. Oh, I say finally. It took me a while to actually do anything about it. There's some experiments I was doing in there. And yeah, this thing was made up of 4 banks of steam engines of however many I've forgotten. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, 8 banks of 4 steam engines. I can't remember what the exact production was. These are also entity disabled to save performance. Trains actually run out of fuel because I never really finished this thing. It was more experimental. Tell you, Future's going to be pissed. Oh, he always is. And this is the exchange point. So the trains that mine the coal live here. Except for these that are constantly out of fuel. There are reasons for that happened. So they mine up coal. Here comes one in now. Deliver it to this storage system. And then these 3 up here are the trains, the coal for grenades and the coal for plastic pick up here. There's one now. Hey, buffalo chips. And a good morning. Which one is it? Oil base. Why central storage for coal? Because it's always been there. Thought ore depots. They're not great, but I did keep this one small. It's not as big as it used to be. How many yellow chests? Get the universal measuring tool. I can't remember now. Yeah, not that many. Eh? See, 692. I think most of them are filtered for coal, except for a handful. Right, yeah. As I say, I keep it small just to keep the bot activity down. What's the... It was like 1.6 million is all it holds. It's not... I did have a bigger one which held like 4 or 5 million coal. Something stupid. It was a bit ridiculous. And other than that, I drew Defending Walls when version 13 was released. About 700 only, yeah. Yeah, so this is the frontier, keeping the biters out. Used to have flame turrets, you can see the gap. Oh, pollution's actually hitting them again. Wow. The reason dividing wall goes down here is because the biters were encroaching like so, and I just had to draw a wall somewhere, anywhere, just to stop them encroaching because they were expanding like crazy. And I just need a way to, whoops, I need a way to stop them coming in before I could set up walls and defenses. And by the time I'd done the south one down here and the top, so this one I did first, that's why it's so aligned so well with the the choke point. And then I did this one, and you could see I started across there and I had to step back and then across there because they were trying to expand. Yeah, so for those that don't know, in version 12 there used to be this thing called victory polling, where you would, whenever you beat a base, you'd put down some sort of entity, in this case a wooden chest, generally because of the abundance of wood out in the wilderness, and that would stop the buyers from coming back. And that used to be the thing you'd do all the way up until version 13. In version 13 they changed it so that instead of the buyer expansion being binary, they made it a gradient. So the more player entities that exist, the less willing they are to expand into. And so that defeated victory polls. If we go more south, no, it actually does expand out again. That's not an island. Admittedly, there is, like, you can see where the terrain tearing from, that's actually version 15 terrain tearing there. But I have seen the charted out map from version 12, and it continues on and around there. I think it actually joins up again up around here somewhere. That's also why these are all surrounded by walls, because these were outposts that I set up for mining in version 13. You see, I still haven't got to them. I only just started over here. The long-term plan is to extend out this way, mining, and just leave this and this cut off. Only expand in one direction. It's quite busy there. There's a lot of very fundamental things with the ore mining and train shuffling that needs to be sorted out. But yeah, that's pretty much the base. This bit of land there's 2 more years long term, probably. This bit of land's squared off here because this used to be the old oil base site. And that's where the water used to come up to, up here, I think. No, because there's a stone patch there. Somewhere around there. There-ish. Ah. Oh. Because it all should be like that. Because this is normally the landfill dirt. Oh well. Anyway. I think that covers everything. Playing later style new maps, maybe I'll just stick with what map and never give up on it. That's pretty much it. When I did start this, I did generate it with RSO. But having said that, the RSO settings I gave it were pretty equivalent to what is now a rail world, with the richness set to maybe poor. Because my patches are actually pretty tiny. They're all around 6 to 10 million. So I want 17, because I think it's a different version of RSO. But yeah, I don't actually have that much in the way of resources, which is actually quite surprising. Go. You can do it. Yeah. Do use a personal auto trash. The trains look after it. Each mining outpost has a trash train that comes to it. There it is now, actually. They're all given the same name, Outpost Trash. And so whenever there's something to pick up, the station enables so the train will come. What it means if there's multiple that turn on is it'll just go to whatever's closest. And then the next time round, it'll go to the next furthest away and the next furthest away until it's done. Alright. That junction, I think, will be one of the next ones to change. Speaking of... No, that's a different one. There is a fair argument, actually, to not generate a 16 map on account of the map gen. That was a lane swapper. What was that doing there? It's probably from outposting quite a while ago. I think I remember doing that. I think that was when the coal patches were there. Yeah, map gen. Sunny Honey Bunny's not a fan of the map gen. When the further out you go, the more sort of random swampy it gets. You don't get maps like this anymore, unfortunately. Who is a fan? Yeah, nobody's a fan of the 16 map gen. Now, don't run on the track. Let's grab some of that. Just run through the trains, which can randomly turn on. No harm can come of that. Bye-bye. Already looking forward to the new map. Yeah, that's what happens, basically. You just get this random smoosh of water. Better. I would say it's better than, but then that's not really. So a lot of the early 16 maps would just be an island.